Hey there! I want to share 10 tips today for heated humidification during CPAP so that you can get all of the good of heated humidity without any of the problems. So heated humidity offers a lot of benefits to CPAP therapy, but there are some challenges with it sometimes. Condensation can be a roadblock. Rain out or condensation happens when the air cools down along the way to you. Some people report that their water reservoir runs empty before they wake up, and so they breathe hot, dry air, which is even more uncomfortable than if they'd not tried to use the humidifier at all. But the good news is there are numerous things you can learn to do to eliminate or minimize these types of concerns. Before I jump into the tips, you may well want to know why you should even use humidification with CPAP at all. Humidification is the process of adding water vapor to the air we breathe. It reduces many of the side effects of CPAP therapy. Common complications of CPAP include a dry mouth, nose, or throat. Some people complain that CPAP causes them to sneeze or gives them a stuffy nose. Others feel like CPAP causes their nose to run or complain that CPAP causes their nose to burn. Some people even get nosebleeds. Studies have shown that humidification is positively linked to adherence to CPAP therapy over time because it reduces these negative side effects. Heated humidification in particular has been shown to augment the sense of waking up well rested, even more so than when you use cool humidification. So let's head into the tips to make heated humidification trouble-free. Tip number 1. The most important thing you can do for successful CPAP therapy with or without a humidifier is to use a mask that fits well. A good fit is so important for success because large leaks force the CPAP machine to drive up the amount of flow it must generate to reach the CPAP settings. As a result of the higher rate of airflow, the humidifier has less time to warm and moisturize the gas, so it works less efficiently and less effectively. Also, the water in the reservoir gets used up more quickly, potentially causing the heater to run dry before you wake up. Tip number 2, use heated tubing. Here are some pictures of heated tubing from various manufacturers. Heated tubing contains a coiled wire that keeps the air warm after it leaves the humidifier. Since the temperature drops less between the heater and you, there's simply less opportunity for rain out. Although heated tubing costs a little bit more, it's worth the upgrade. Tip number 3, use a CPAP machine that has climate controls. Many modern CPAP machines have an option to use a heated wire circuit in tandem with climate control settings. Climate control systems use a feedback loop between the heater, the machine, and a temp probe on the circuit. The equipment automatically adjusts the temperature and the humidity based on the room temperature. Climate controls reduce rainout even more than heated tubing by itself, and some systems are even able to make adjustments based on water level. Tip number 4, get a circuit wrap. Circuit wraps insulate the CPAP tubing. They ward off the cool down effect as air travels past the humidifier to the mask. Circuit wraps can help reduce rainout with heated humidification and with cool air humidification. Tip number 5, simply turn down the temperature setting on the heater. If the temperature on the heater is too high relative to the room temperature, the odds are greater that the gas will cool and trigger condensation before it reaches you. Turn the temperature down to reduce the temperature gradient and reduce rainout. Tip number 6, adjust the temperature in the room. Well, just like with the last tip, this suggestion is all about controlling the temperature gradient. If the room is cold, the circuit will be cold too, and you will experience more rainout as a result. Warm the room up a bit to keep the system a little warmer. Tip number 7, clean the humidifier. Well, this tip has nothing to do with rainout and everything to do with your health. Anytime you add water to anything, you create an environment for germs and mold to grow. Add heat, and you can make it even more enticing for germs and mold. Follow the direction on your humidifier and clean it daily. Clean your circuit daily too, and even if you don't use a humidifier, Heat and moisture from exhaled breaths lead to an inviting environment for mold and germs in your circuit and mask. Take care of yourself and clean your equipment every day. Tip number 8. Avoid overfilling and underfilling. Find the fill line on the reservoir. Mark it with a Sharpie on the outside if that line is hard to see. Fill the humidifier to the line every night. Humidifiers spurt jets of water into the circuit when they're overfilled, and you could run out of water in the tank before morning if you underfill it. Tip 9. Position the humidifier level with the bed. Although this might seem kind of trivial, it really makes a difference. Where the humidifier sits drives how the circuit is positioned. If the heater is too low, the circuit will have a big dip in it that invites condensation to gather in a pool. This pool of rainout restricts flow through the CPAP machine, which drives the device to use higher flow rates. When the flow rate is higher, the humidifier is less effective. Also, if the rainout collects in all one spot in the circuit, it might just travel all up into your face when you roll over in bed. And if the heater's too high, condensation will drip downhill into the mask in your face. Tip 10. Check your sleeping space for drafts. If a window or fan or an air vent is blowing directly onto your CPAP circuit, that draft is going to cool the circuit off. If you're using a heated circuit or a climate control system, a fan blowing on the thermistor probe can throw off the feedback loop. Sometimes just changing the angle of the fan or the position of the equipment relative to a vent or a window can make a significant difference. If you need assistance selecting a good fitting mask, a circuit wrap, a heated circuit, or any other equipment to optimize your sleep therapy, the customer service staff at Respshop are happy to lend support. Visit the website at respshop.com, give them a call, or send them an email.